Hi everybody, my name's Keith Willis and I'm going to be your race officer for the upcoming Merlin open meeting. I'd like to start in advance by welcoming you all to Lymington Town Sailing Club. Hopefully the weather will play ball and we'll get some good racing in. I'm not going to go over the SIs, those are up on the website and you can read those for yourself. But there are one or two points that I'd like to go into. Any questions that you have relating to this briefing, to the sailing instructions, or anything else to do with this event, there's an event page set up on Facebook. If you could address your questions there, and we'll put the answers there, and then everybody can see the questions and hopefully the answers. If you don't have access to Facebook, then please email your questions to the sailing office and they will forward on to the appropriate person to get some form of response. We will post those questions and answers also on the Facebook group, so again everybody can see them. The links to that email address and to the Facebook group will be on the event page at Lymington Town website, which is, I imagine, where you've got this video link from, so they should be with this video link. So, on to things that you need to know for this event. The Slipway, I think Louise has already gone into details, but the main thing with that is we do have a slipway closure in place, and it's important that you all launch on time and that you do what you're told by any of the officials for the harbour. And if there is any form of lifeboat launch or anything like that and the slipway is closed, then we will postpone and wait for that to clear, and you'll get your slot to launch after that. There's an Optimist training event being run by the Royal Lymington. They should, in theory, avoid our slots, but we have priority during the times of our slipway closures. Once you've launched, those who haven't sailed here before, there is a little bit of commercial traffic in the river, ferries and the like, and all of those have right of way. You do need to keep well clear of them and stay out of the way. Once you come off the slipway, there is a separate channel for small boats marked by yellow markers that runs along the edge of the harbour master's pontoon. That's a good place if you want to just sort of sit and get rudders sorted and make last minute alterations or whatever, rather than in the middle of the channel. Also in sailing instructions you'll see that there is an exclusion zone in front of the ferries. It is very important that you abide by those exclusion zones, and also the exclusion zones around what we call the rockery, which is the rock ruins as you go down the river. Once you get out of the river, our racing area is to the west of the river. The committee boat will be a 6-metre rib and will be anchored somewhere probably around about half a mile or so to the west of the river. Obviously exactly where we anchor depends on the wind directions and what we're planning in the way of course. As I've already said, we will only postpone if we think that there is a reason outside of our control, i.e. lifeboat launch or that sort of thing. So it is important that you launch on time. On the Sunday, we've also got an ad hoc club race. There shouldn't be too many people do that, but they should launch either before or after you. Haven't decided exactly what format that will take yet, but we should put a notice up on the board in front of the club, giving both the ad hoc racers instructions and also letting you know whether they're likely to start first or second. They'll be starting with numeral pennant 1 and you guys will be starting with your normal class flag. The start line will be between the committee boat flying an orange flag and an orange buoy. It may be a buoy that's got an orange flag on it, may not necessarily be a fully orange buoy, but it will be marked with orange. The finishing line will be the same committee boat, but the flag will be blue, and may not necessarily be the same orientation as the start line. So watch for the orange flag when you're starting, the blue flag when you're finishing. On the sailing instructions, you'll notice that we make mention of both standard courses and long distance courses. The courses for both standard and long distance will be on a whiteboard which will be displayed on the committee boat. At the moment, the idea is that the standard courses will be your normal triangle sausage type format, but they will use movable buoys which are marked on your course chart that you'll be given when you actually arrive. You'll see that there are 3 movable marks mentioned on that chart with different colours, and the course will be set out using those for the standard course. For the long distance course, it will be our laid racing marks, and it's important that you have your chart with you so you can see what the course is. How long or how complicated that is will very much depend on what the weather is, but without the chart you're going to struggle to do those long distance courses. The format for marking those on the course board will be the course letter, the mark letter, and then in brackets the direction that you round it to. So for example, our mark that we call Colton would be a capital C, and if you were going round to port, then there'll be a little p in brackets. The SI suggest that the course board will only be put up at the warning signal. In reality, it will be displayed from the orange on station mark. We'll try to turn the races around reasonably quickly, so it is important that once you finish, you stay in the immediate area, and the course board will try and display at that orange warning flag to give you plenty of time to get the course and to know which way you're going. You'll also notice that for the long distance race we've extended the time limit, so we do intend to make that quite a lot longer race, and if the weather does everything that we hope it will, that long distance race will be the last race on the Saturday. As I've already mentioned, on the Sunday we have the club racing as well. As I say, we'll put a notice up explaining how that's going to take place, but you will have other boats out. They may or may not be using the same start line as you. They may go first, they may go second. If it looks like there's going to be a lot of boats, then we'll separate off and use a separate committee boat and keep them well clear. If it's only a couple, then we'll probably start them off the same line, but give them a course that takes them away from where your race off area is. Going back to the beginning again, as I say, any questions relating to this briefing, please address them via the event Facebook page or by email to the sailing office, and we'll do our utmost to answer those questions and post those answers on the Facebook group. We will also try and post some summary on the website itself, but that won't be done till relatively last minute. So ideally, if you can get on the Facebook group, that is the place that you should address the questions. Apart from that, all I have to say is I hope you all enjoy yourself. It's been a long time coming, getting back to sailing after the COVID pandemic. Hopefully it'll all go well. Hopefully we can get a lot more sailing in now, and this is the start of some form of return to normality. Again, I bid you in advance welcome to LTSC, and make sure you all enjoy yourselves. Thank you very much.